Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time I have all the top 8 lists from the DCS. And before hopping in, make sure to go ahead and check out Dragon Riders Games Facebook page, link down below in the description if you want to go ahead and play in any of these future tournaments. And then hopping right in, we have Fotis getting first place with Phantom Knight with the hero package. First place got $740. Looking at the list, we see 50 card Phantom Knight. Also, if you want to see like the finals and top 8 and top 4, those are also on my channel. I posted those, so if you want to see gameplay with this, you can go check it out. We can see they're playing 3 Nib, 2 Droll, 2 Ash, 2 Talons, 3 Droplet. Okay, it's kind of an interesting ratio. Definitely an interesting ratio on like going second cards there. Looking at the actual engine, we see tour guides. The Phantom Knight engine doesn't seem that crazy. I guess like they're not playing Stained, like that's something. Also playing the Dangers. We see the hero package and the Assault package, which can work as long as you're playing more cards like this. I tried playing that package with like 40 cards, and I just don't think it's worth it in 40 cards playing the hero and the Assault. But if you play more cards, then yeah, it can definitely make sense. They're also playing 2 equipped spells. I mean, it doesn't seem like that bad. Like, these cards aren't really bricks. You don't want to be drawing them, though. They're kind of like awkward draws. Kind of like Dogmatica Knight in a lot of scenarios. It can be like an awkward draw. Then looking at the side deck, we see Imperms, D-Barrier, Mystic Mine. We see more people side decking Mystic Mine. Car is pretty crispy. Also see more people playing dotKuro. We also see Order in the main deck. I didn't even go over that. I mean, I guess like it's a mine out, so you can't get decked out. You could say like, oh, but they're playing 50 cards, they can't get decked out anyways. But they'd have to see something like Called By, because otherwise like an Invoke deck can just like Nadu Servant, dump Omega, add back Ecclesia from the graveyard, Omega, put back Nadu Servant, end phase, discard Ecclesia because you have too many cards in hand, and just literally do that loop forever. So that's like a way to like never deck out with that. Looking at the extra deck, we see Redoer in there. The Assault stuff, obviously. We see it in the main deck. Alright, so that was the first place list. Going on to the second place list. We have Sky Striker, 46 card Sky Striker. They got $370. It's actually, hold on, that's a pretty big difference between first and second. Like, that's a pretty big difference. We're going to see Ash, Valor, Bell, Nib, Droplet, Imperm. They're playing Widows and such. They are playing the Area 0 multi-roll. We have seen some people start cutting those. Shout out to Reach. They play max striker monsters. It's probably because like they're playing 46. Usually if you play like 40, right around there, then you can like afford to like cut down on a rose. But if you're playing like this many cards, you probably just want to be playing more of the monsters because you really want to be opening one of those. And then side deck, we have like Lancia, Scythe. We also see the Dagda in the extra deck. So game 1, this doesn't do anything besides like, you could link away stuff for it. But game 2 with the Scythe and like the Lancia inside deck, the Dagda becomes incredible in a lot of scenarios. Extra deck looks pretty standard. They do go first in this build. We watch them go first. So like playing 3 Shiz over the Hayates makes sense. If you're planning to go in second build, you could definitely argue playing like 3 Hayate, 2 Shiz. Also side decking more Afterburners. I wonder what they actually side this in against. Definitely interesting. Maybe this is just for like Rogue. Make it so we have a better Rogue matchup. I can't really think of anything off like the top that you would like necessarily like want Afterburners in against. It's definitely not for Rogue, because against Rogue you'd want like at least 1 jamming wave set where you have options. Not sure, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. But going on to the next list, so they didn't play for 3rd and 4th place, so there's 2 top 4 lists. We have Drytron, playing like the Foolish, like literally all the names. They got 20 names there. They are playing the 3 orange light, not deciding to play the 2. They play the Mystic Mine, which works very well with the terraforming, makes it like another going second card. The Lancia, it's searchable. They are playing like the Natasha in this. They're not going for like the artifact scythe stuff, not at all, not even like in the side deck or anything, which I mean, it's kind of fair enough. If it's not in your main deck, it's probably not in your side deck either, because you have to play Fusion Destiny to like get like max value. Then looking at the extra deck, we do see like the Pepega Ruler, the FA, which is not bad. We've seen more people not play the FA but play the Pepega Ruler and then cut FA and play like the Assembled, so that way they have like the easier Zeus package. But yeah, there's not really too much about this list. Something cool about this deck though is like Token Collector. You can Beatrice dump Token Collector against Sword Soul, and that's like really good. Same thing with like Virtual World. It's like something that you want to know. Going on to the next top 4 list, we're gonna see 1 Mally. Oh, never mind, 2 Mally. It's just, oh my gosh, why is it gotta be organized like this? See Dr. Frankenstein. Card's really good with E-Telly. 2 Ancient Cloak. They are playing the Assault package in the deck and playing the Hero package. So both builds that topped were playing both. Oh, they're also playing the Artifact. So they're playing all the packages. They're side decking the Underworld. They're playing the Nightmare Griffin and the Order. They're playing every single combo you can in this deck. Literally, they're playing all 4 of like the extra engines. I guess like the only other thing would be like Dragoon, but you know, the Fusion Destiny stuff, it's like being played over that. For sure, you play that over that. We see 3 Ash, 3 Droll at 6, 9, 11. I had to like make sure there wasn't a 3rd Imperm wandering around somewhere. Also, they're main decking Lightning Storm. That's not good. I think like main decking the Order if you're going for this is fine. I don't usually like it when like people just play like 1 Order in like a regular deck, because then you're just putting like a very hard going first card in a deck in a format where like going first is much more easy than going second. But Storms are definitely interesting. Lancias, Nib. Interesting ratio on these, by the way. I decided to play like 2, 2, 1, 2. But you see that they're side decking like the last of those in. Also, like again, Mystic Mine in the side deck, just being more popular. Going on, so the top 8 lists, the first list, the Sky Striker list, they asked for it to be kept until after the Remote Duel YCS, so, you know, we're not going to get to see the list, but that's fair enough. I wouldn't want my list to be spoiled either, if I didn't want it to be, you know. Then we got Bird by Sebastian. Looking at the stuff, oh, they're playing Alpha in the deck. That's interesting. Then we got Small World Dinotherium. I really dislike this package because like you're just always going -1 to search off Small World in a deck that's like pretty consistent. I think like Desires is better. Then also you're like adding Dinotherium in the deck, and that's just a card that you don't really want to be seeing. I mean, it's not the worst, you know, it's still a beast extender, but it's also not what you really want. They're playing the Oath in the main deck. They're not playing 1-for-1. So they have 10 going second cards. I don't know, 1-for-1's kind of creamy. Like, they could just, like, you know, play Desires and 1-for-1 over this. And I think, like, the deck list would probably just be a lot better. I think 1-for-1's insane. I can't believe people are actually, like, not playing that card. That card by itself is full, well, not full combo, but it is a combo that's pretty good. And then got Lancias, Twin Red Reboot, Harpy's Featherstorm, Twin, or not Twin, I don't know why I said Twin, Trip. So they have like 5 auto wins going first. Like literally you see any of these going first and you almost just auto win that game. Imperms for going second. Looking at the extra deck, the only thing even a little bit weird is like the Link Karibo. I have seen some people try that. over like the Amirage. The only thing that like makes Amirage like have like different scenarios compared to Link Kuriboh is kit. So like sometimes you got a normal summon out kit and you got to be able to link it away, and that's like the one thing that Amirage allows you to do that like Link Kuriboh doesn't, which I think like justifies it enough. And then going on to the next list, we have a Drytron. So looking at the deck, we got, you know, decent amount of going second. I mean, you know, for Drytron, you know, they can't play a lot of going second cards. We have Scythe, we got the hero stuff, we got the 2 orange light, then side deck, just a lot of hand traps, Twin Red Reboot. Looking at the extra deck, they're not even playing the Link Kuriboh, they decided to play the Relinquished. You know, some people just aren't playing around this card, and when people aren't playing around this card just happens to become a lot better. Like, so much better. Nah, I mean, it's like the thing is, like, this card isn't popular enough in the format where, like, game 1 in, like, Bird, like, it's proper to summon your F-Zero in the zone where this would actually end up pointing to. Just because, like, you don't really need to play around the card that's, like, not in the format. Like, nobody's on this card right now. So it's, like, fine to, like, somewhat be playing into it with that combo. Because, like, zone management. But if you're playing a deck like Sword Soul, you could definitely just, like, play around this, like, every time. Going on to the next list, we got Dragon Link. I actually showed this list off on the channel, so there's not really much more to talk about here. A lot of people were asking what this is. This is the Dark Armed XYZ. It works pretty well with Pepeka too, because this can help like manage the amount of Darks in graveyard. You could slap this over that too, and then it would go back to graveyard because it's detached, not leaving field. We got Galaxy Cyclone. This is really good to mill up Pepeka versus something like Mystic Mine. Token Collector's insane with this, so are these. These are like hand traps you can hit. Summon Limit, if you end on like Seal Savage Summon Limit, like that's just handshake against any combo deck. And then we see all the hand traps. People are also asking why play 2 Chamber, 3 Nocto, and why not just like cut down on these. Again, I don't know the exact math behind this list because I haven't like done the math for it. Like it's not my list or anything. But also, like, playing 43 cards, like, tricks the opponent into thinking you're on Sword Soul instead of, like, thinking, oh, this should be something else. Like, if you cut those and you play 41 cards, like, any deck can play 41 cards. But if you play 43, you know, a lot of Sword Soul lists right now are at, like, 43, 44, so it could definitely, like, trick the opponent into thinking you're on a different deck than you're actually on, which is, like, cool. You know, if, like, the math works out for this deck, for it to be at 43... and then also you get that on top of it. Like, that's just like an added bonus. But going on to... oh, okay. Well, that's it. Fair enough. I didn't even, like, realize that was it. But, okay. Fair enough. That's all the lists. Again, if you want to check out Dragon Riders games, all you gotta do is go ahead and check out the description down below. They don't host DCSs that often, but they do host like daily tournaments if you want to go play in those. So go ahead and check them out. And the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.